Hi, my name is Autumn, and I'm the OB Outreach Educator at the University of Chicago, and I'm going to be talking to you about how to create a QR code that shares treatment algorithms or practice recommendations. So the first thing that you can do is create a Google account, of which we have a departmental one. Once you're in your Google account, you can go over to these 9 squares here where it says Google Apps, click on here, and then go down to the Google Drive. Once you're in the Google Drive, you can already see a bunch of folders that I have already created, but you essentially want to create a new one. And I'll click new folder because that's my goal. And I will just title this sample QR code. Once I create that, it'll automatically push me down to here, and I will double click on this to open it up. Once you're within the sample QR code, this is the main thing that we will be creating into that QR code, or the link that we'll be sharing. So once they scan it, this is the first thing they're going to come to, right? But right now it's empty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually add some folders, because let's just say, well, obviously for us thinking about maternal health, we want to have a maternal section, and then I'll right click again, a new folder, and then I want a neonatal section. I mean, you can kind of do whatever folders you want, right? So let's go into my maternal first. So I know that I want to add some hemorrhage stuff, okay? So I have the hemorrhage medication algorithm here. This is all my level 0 ED stuff, so I already know that. So I'm going to add my hemorrhage algorithm. I'll put that here, and it's uploading. Then I will add, and then I want to upload maybe, my hypertension medications as well. Okay, so I have a hypertension medication algorithm here, and I'll upload that. So now both of these things are within the umbrella of the sample QR code, right? So this is what they're going to scan. Then they'll have to pick maternal, neonatal. They pick maternal, then they'll come to both hemorrhage and hypertension. Now, what you could do if you want to keep having different folders, you could actually put more folders within the maternal if you want. So if I wanted to put a bunch of hemorrhage stuff, I could do a whole new folder that says hemorrhage, right? And then I could like move this into that hemorrhage folder, and I can make a hypertension, but that's kind of totally up to you, like how you want to set up, or if you want all these documents. If you are going to keep it, like a bunch of documents just in here, I do think it is important to just think about, when you upload them, what's the title of them? Because is that going to make sense to someone else who scans it, right? So you might want to right click on it and rename it. This is obviously common sense, right? Hypertension medication algorithm, they'll know what that means, right? So I can keep that, but if it says, some funky acronyms, you might want to change that so it's more easily understood. So let's go back to both of my folders, because I do have let's say I have all my hemorrhage, I have all my hypertension stuff added there that I wanted, but I want to add some neonatal stuff. So my neonatal folder's open. Again, I'm going to right click, file upload. Well, I want to get, of course, right, my NRP algorithm. So I'm going to upload that. Maybe I want to add, let's see, where was that? Oh, I was right on it. So let's say NRP at a glance, for a preemie, like some other additional things to add. So I can add like pretty much whatever you want, right? And then you can change again, right? What you want to say. So NRP, preemie edition, or you know what I mean? Like whatever you want it to say. You can change that. So then within the sample QR code, then I have my maternal stuff, and then I have my neonatal, right? And you can, like I said, create as many folders as you want and as many places as you want. However, the important thing to remember is that this sample QR code is what you want to convert in this folder, right, is what you want them to scan, okay? So what you'll do, you'll just click on this, and where it says get link, we're going to click the get link. Now it's important to remember you don't want to put it restricted, because then that means you have to add every single person, and obviously you're trying to get people, right, who don't, right, like you don't even know, right, who are going to be using this. So just click when you get to here and it says restricted, make sure you change it to anyone with the link. This isn't going to be like public, right? No one's gonna like be searching on Google and stealing all your stuff, right? But it's essentially anyone who's provided the link, and you can just keep it viewer, right? They don't need to be an editor, so just change the restrictions to anyone with the link, and just it'll automatically go to viewer. And then you want to make sure you copy this link. So I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to be done. I'm leaving here. The next thing you want to do is go now to a QR code generator, and that's going to create that for you. So what I'll do is I'm going to just open a new tab. I'm just going to go to Google, and you can type in QR code generator. And then the first ones are obviously all ads. So just this is the one that I usually use, this first one here. It's the qrcodegenerator.com. Now what you can do is I'm going to copy and paste that link that I just took from my Google Drive. You can see it was thinks fairly quickly. And then I'm going to download this JPEG. Again, it's converting all of that stuff that is put in those folders on my Google Drive into a QR code. Once your QR code is done, which you can see mine is here now, it'll start flashing at you and opening. So then what I can do is I can click on that, and then here's the QR code, essentially with all the stuff I created. Now, when you create the QR code, it's really important to test it and make sure that it actually works. Whatever your QR code is for, just make sure that you trial it. So now this opened on my phone. It says both maternal. I'm going to click on my maternal folder. Perfect. I have my hemorrhage folder, and then I have those 2 other random documents that I had opened. So you can probably actually scan this right now, this QR code off your screen, and make sure it's working. Now, just a little trick. Once your QR code has downloaded, right click on it and save it. Whatever you want to save it as is fine, right? So you can just go to, like your desktop or whatever, and then, I'll just do QR code practice, right? Just so I know it's not one. If I'm saving it for something specific, I would oftentimes say like level 0 ED QR code, and then like final, right? Or if I'm doing a class, I'll oftentimes put the date, right? So like today, 4/22/22, I don't know, like A1 intermediate, right? If it's linking them to a class. So just kind of save it however. So I'm going to put QR code practice, just so I don't actually save this as something. And then I save all of my QR codes in my pictures folders, just so I know where it's at. Now this QR code never changes, right? So that's why it's so important to save this to your desktop, because this will always stay the same. And once you distribute this to whoever it's going to, they will forever have access to the stuff that you put on here, right? So that QR code always stays the same. And that's the nice thing, that I can add or delete or update anything in here as needed, and that QR code will always stay the same. So what we've been telling hospitals is you can literally just cut this out and put it on your baby warmer, the charge nurse binder, in the break rooms, wherever, and they will have access to all of this information that you can control from your office or your home or wherever you may be. I think that is just the QR code 101. And I guess if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I wish you all the best.